So one of the things we focus on really early in rehab is getting our athletes back into overground running. What the next step needs to be with our rehab guys is getting them back into contact safely. What we're going to go through in these videos is a couple of examples of how we progress our really early stage rehab patient into early contact, all the way through into late stage and return to play.
So when we're introducing contact, we want to look at our ability to sort of make that force first, gets the athlete feeling really comfy. So we'd start with our fend off work in a nice controlled plane of movement. If they've got a shoulder that doesn't like coming across their body, you probably start sort of a bit more side on. And if you've got a shoulder that doesn't like really being side on and away from your body, probably start a bit close on. First thing I do is I get the athlete just starting. So you're going to stand nice and still. So maybe get yourself in a bit of a split stance. Just get the athlete really happy with pushing. Right, so they might just push in, start developing some force early stage, and call that sort of a making sort of movement. Then as the athlete gets a little bit more confident, they'll add a really good purposeful step. So we'll look at a push and then we'll work through. So early days, you might be a really nice partner and soften with your athlete. But then as we progress, you want to be really firm, so the surface is not going to move. So I'll step and hit, nice. Do a couple of those, just the athlete, the rehab, they're making their own progressions, letting themselves know what they're comfy with. Then if we want to start to challenge the rate at which that force hits the athlete, the rate at which that shoulder has to deal with it, start looking at the athlete having to get away. So it's push and escape. And then you can start adding a footy in to receive or something. Push, escape, receive the footy and go offline. And then you start challenging other variables in a contact progression. So whether we're looking at you coming at me, so now we're both going to step, exactly the same thing, just step and push away. Step, I'm just getting away, go again, step, get away. And then we might start looking at the angle at which we come. So now you're going to try to come and get me, and I'm going to try to glance you off a little bit. So step and move past and go through. Same thing again, step, move past. And you might add running or context of a ground ball or something like that to build through. If it was a different sport, you might look at, so if it's a soccer, for example, not so much an open hand press, but it's a little bit more body. So you might start with a body press, and then come a little bit closer to me here. Might start with a body press, then might start with a body press and receive a ball, and go to that next level.